hope everybody is well. Getting on a little bit early before I start the news in an hour. Setting up some things. Give people time to get here. Drink my beer. Every wolf's gotta have his beer. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do once I get in the verse. I'll try to figure something out. Last I checked, my ships were not in good condition. They were spawning without parts, which was frustrating. Yes, I really like Halloween. It's my favorite time of year. Theo, how you doing, buddy? Joining the Space Wolf tonight. We're going to be doing the news in an hour. I'm just messing around. That's what the timer's for. I cover the news for Oxford SC for his day off, which is Wednesday morning, my Tuesday night. Okay. See how far I can get today. Very impressive 48 FPS. Hardly ever see that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Theo. Fill up the coffers for a giveaway. I think Christmas time, for sure, I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to figure out how much I made and put it back in. I want to do a cargo run, just a simple cargo run. I've got a lot of ships. Take the Cutlass. Take the 600i. Let's see how much money I got. I don't know if I can fill up the 600i or not. Where's my credits at? Monies. Can't find my monies. Current balance is 4. What the? Oh man. I better have a shit filled up with something somewhere. This ain't looking good. We're gonna have to go kill pirates. I don't know where all my credits went. It's got one. What the hell? Well, I got 4 credits. Not much I can do here. Take my saber out. I don't know, what do you want to see, Theo? You're gonna have to go do some mission to go blow something up, I think. Take the blade out. That's probably something nobody sees. We'll take the blade. I have decided. I'll see what the blade's like. If anything, it'll be a walkthrough of the blade. If it spawns with engines. I think I can get there from here. Not will AV it, man. You guys see what I see? I see no engines. My website's under construction right now, by the way. I wouldn't waste your time and go there. I need to take that message off the bot. It's a nice ship, dude. I really like it, but I can already tell it don't have engines. It's gonna let me in it, and it's not gonna let me start it because I can see through it. Story of my life, man. I own all this shit, and it's I can't do nothing. Could go into Overwatch for a little bit. Go murk some people on Bastion for the news. But I don't think I'm gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna try one more ship, but I think all my credits ran down to the low point to where nothing's getting repaired anymore. Try the Saber Raven. I don't think I've flown it yet, so it shouldn't be damaged. I really don't like this ship though, because it's only got like 2 weapons on it, and it's got those EMPs. Those EMPs take so long to charge. It's a beautiful ship though. Can't jump up to see if there's an engine in there or not. Give it a try. Door's not open. That means it doesn't have an engine. I'll search around for another way in just in case there might be. No, it don't have an engine and it won't let me in because it don't have an engine. Yeah. Gonna have to play something else since we're ready to do the Star Citizen news. That's sad. I kind of wanted to play Star Citizen. Got my HOTAS all out. Yeah, I'm playing in this thing right now. So, I was kind of really excited to play Star Citizen, but we'll have to play something else. So I gotta put my joystick away. Oh, I know what we can do. Oh yeah. Something I want to play too. Haven't finished it. Far Cry 5. Got 40 minutes left. I'll play some Far Cry 5. Very sad. Star Citizen, you let me down. I know I got Far Cry 5 installed on here. Oh, here it is. Crazy techno music. I can load it different. So far there's like I think 3 or 4 villains, and I managed to kill one of the main bosses. Pretty sure I killed a guy named John. the master villain's brother. Or put my headphones on. I was playing with the speakers like I don't know what I'm doing. Oh. Sorry for that crappy audio. It'll be better. Okay. Got the speakers off and I got my headphones on now. Everything should be in order. Probably turn the music up there. This is my first time streaming this game, so if there's any audio or visual problems, let me know. Might have to downgrade the stream a little bit. So, I think I gotta remember what I'm doing here pretty quick. So, this is my map and how to travel to places. Gotta figure out where my journal was. Oh, look at that. Hit J and there's my journal. So, special delivery. Kim is about to give birth. Put the pedal to the metal and get her to a professional. Alright, let's go help the pregnant lady out. So make sure she's oh wait a minute, I unselected it. There we go. Now it'll show on the map as the yellow thing. Now I remember. Alright, so can I find a vehicle? I hear like gunshots. What the fuck are these guys shooting at? No, they're friendly people. Must be target range. Alright, get this pregnant lady. I don't know what she's gonna do when she sees a werewolf coming to save her. But we'll figure it out. Where's a skunk? I'm gonna punch this stinker. Ah, I smell. You fuck. Come back. Come back to Twister, you skunk. Don't make me do it. Will do it. Oh, fuck. Oh, I almost got it. Like I got myself a vehicle. Oh, I almost got ran over, dick. Couldn't get the gun steady. Got some loots for me. Aha. Hey Ruckus, how you doing, buddy? Oh, we're gonna start streaming earlier. Hopefully soon. My work hours are gonna change hopefully in January. Plus I'll only be working like 15 days a month. But it will be, what is it, 12 hours a day. So I'd be like 15 days off a month, which I like that. It's a lot better than working 6 days, 9 hours, like I am right now. Come on, pregnant lady. I got the truck, baby. Got the gas. I hope you don't mind. I just kind of busting in here. Got my torch. I hear we use this thing to get babies out.
Where the fuck is Nick? Oh,
What the hell's going on,
where
Karen?
the fuck have you been?
Does the game volume need to be louder? Can you guys hear what they're saying all right?
Lois decided it's time.
Let me know.
No. Nick Junior's not due for another week.
I think I gotta turn it up. It's for my own sake. It's a little low.
Kansas.
Come on. Oh, you are so strong. Okay. Hey, Deputy, you're driving.
Let's go. Oh, God.
I got work for people, but requires special skill sets. You gotta be really computer inclined.
Drive.
And I can't pay you that much. So it'd be a part-time on top of your part-time. But I do got some work I need done.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Driving music.
All computer stuff.
The deputy knows how to drive.
Yeah, I know how to drive alright.
Stress reducing breathing techniques. Ow. Jeez,
Breathing
my hand.
techniques. Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
What's what?
Freaking pigs.
Watch the pig. Right left.
Here, some of the goddamn thing.
Who cares about the pigs? I care about the pigs. I like to eat them. I am the big bad wolf.
Keep breathing, honey. You gotta do it.
Keep breathing, bitch. I'm almost there. Was my driving skills good enough? I hope so.
I've seen you do it before. Remember that time I came to
I've seen you do it before.
with your mom?
Dude, why don't you just give her a drink? Baby's about to be born. It can't hurt her now. Give her a pint and tell her to shut up.
Wrong way!
Bullshit, I know what I'm doing. I know I'm fucking the right way. Well, I'm driving this thing. If I want Baja, I will Baja. Freaking obstacle course, that's for sure. Got the pedal to the metal. Dukes of Hazzard. Oh yeah. Gotta love this shit. Uh-oh. Okay. They're screwing me up by changing the dot. Take a left at here. Just shut up, bitch. It's not my fault the game keeps changing the dot before it's time. Yeah, that's a plane, and I'm not a kid. 52 years old. People call me a kid. This ain't my first baby, lady. Trust me, you're gonna live through it. Shut up.
You okay?
Like everyone, okay? None of this is
It's always a fun drive, dude.
Just up ahead.
And you know your wife's fucking hurting. And you just think of the stupidest shit to tell them when you're on the way to the doctor.
Take the shortcut.
stay on the road.
Shortcut.
Make a choice.
Through those trees.
Look out! Deer!
Shit, I forgot about the deer.
This isn't safe.
Nah, don't worry about
This is insane.
anything.
Oh no! Oh, what did I do? I'm lost. Holy, did I make it?
Hey. Want to come meet your goddaughter? She's so beautiful. Well, looks like I am gonna have to change the name of my business after all, huh?
You probably don't hear this enough, but thank you for everything that you've done. Whatever you need, we'll be there for you.
It won't let me change the volume until the scene's over.
Come on, let's get you home.
I see Cog Whistle's back. Thanks for coming back there, sir. See, I hear the effects, but I don't hear them when I talk as well as I would like, so go in the options here and see what they give us for this is the sorriest video options I ever seen. They don't even separate the voice from sound effects. Guess that's what happens when big companies put like deadlines on games. All right, let's go to our journal. See what they want us to do next. I hate going into that lady's territory with the flowers. For one, I don't think she's pretty. And the flowers make you all dizzy and blurry vision. But I kind of like drugs, but I guess we're gonna war on them. So take this. Dude, I gotta set the map. War on drugs. I did set it. Oh, maybe it's in a different zone. Or you gotta zoom in close enough to see it, maybe. Dude, I got it selected. They're gonna make me read it, dude. I hate it when they make me read it. It's probably one of those things that don't have a location. Oh, destroy all the boats. So you just destroy them when you see them. They don't give you a location. This one should give us a location. I'm sorry I'm not more knowledgeable of the game, but oh well. We will live. We'll live through the stream. Twister will get better. I haven't gotten ammo in a while. Maybe I should see if they got ammo here. This looks like a possible place to get ammo. Well, let me pick it up. Kick it. Bastards. Ah, I'll take the beater truck. Oh, maybe this is some ammo and some stuff. I got an idea. Alright, see if I can get them. Where'd it go? I mean, you don't really get to aim at anything. Well, I'm getting out of here. I gotta go to that place. It's way far away. I need to get me a good car. Oh, that looks good right there. You watch the hustle. Well, I'm gonna take your vehicle. I'm getting the hell out of here. The ugliest of women need love too. I'll send them to you, Ruckus. You can take care of that for me. I'm supposed to be looking for those boats in the water too. So if you see like some yellow marked boats in the water, I need to blow them up. You know what? I think I'm dumb. And I think I played like most of the game before I figured this out. What you can do. Okay, so it's right there on the map. There's these fast travel points. See, fast travel. Fast travel. So what the hell? So I'm gonna end up crossing this bridge over here, it looks like. Okay. I'm gonna start right here. Now I swear to God, now this is that's the whole reason why I don't have this game done by now. Is because I put like I don't know how many hours into it and I didn't know what damn fast travel was. That's what happens when you get old, man, and you try to get with it. You think you're with it, but you're not with it.
Where we going, bud? This shit stops when you stop thinking. We got ourselves a real symbolic victory.
Oh yeah.
Howdy, sir.
I want to buy. Oh, here it is. Fill me up, man. Ammo. First aid kit. Looks like I already have that. Full. Oh yeah, man, we're gonna be loaded for bear. Oh. All right. Where's my helicopter, man?
We crossed the line somewhere, taking this kind of religious-y place for
I
the piggies.
I own a helicopter. Well, all right. Hey Mitmo, how you doing, buddy? All right, man. How's the stream look, guys? Ruckus, Mitmo. Is it worth all the money I put into that machine? Is it? Dude, it better be good quality. Better be better than everybody else, otherwise I wasted my money. Well, I'm using the i7 the game on now, as you might already know if you've been following. And I moved the i9 that I was playing games on, which is a supercomputer. I spent like $15,000 on it. And that's running the stream now, and that's all it does is stream, dude. And I got the encoding cranked up so high, dude. It's like pounding the crap out of that computer. But that's what it was, that's what I built it for. It's got like $400 of water cooling on it to try and keep 16 cores cool. Alright, man, I gotta read this because if this is a combat mission, then we need to take out as much as we can with the helicopter before we get there. So head over to Jessop's conservatory, liberate it from the cult. Yeah, we're gonna kill people. Okay, so we got a helicopter and we got 20 minutes to kill as many people as possible. So how many people are interested on news on the 2080 Ti tonight before we get into Star Citizen? I ordered one, so I'm interested in it, but I don't want to make everybody watch 2080 Ti videos if they don't want to. Are you guys curious to find out how they perform? Alright, now I need to go down. The hell's the down button? Alright, space is up. What's crouch? Uh-oh. Can't figure out how to go down. Oh, it might be C. Yeah, it's C. It just doesn't go down as fast as it should. Now I gotta liberate, so that means that there's people I can kill and people I don't want to kill. I play Star Citizen, you bastard. Don't try that plain shit with me. Did I already do it? No way.
Once you reach the conservatory, you clear the place. The key is burning all them bliss crops. That's gonna bring Feeney out of the woods. Good luck.
Oh wow, I survived. Wanna fuck with me? That's right. I missed a shot. Oh, it's 2 shots I missed. I haven't played in a while. Oh, he's behind a wall. Well, technically I didn't miss. I just didn't know what I was doing. I shot the explosion in there so they would know where I was, so they would do exactly what they did. Basically, I was controlling the fight. That guy's kind of smart. He saw me look at him and he said, "Screw that guy." Gotta love a gun that brings him down if you shoot him in the leg. trees in the way. Oh, those smoky people are really effed up. 2 for 1. 2 for 1. Did you see that? That should be an achievement. Did you guys see that? You see the masterful artwork here? Yeah, the price is dropping. I saw them for $575 is the lowest I've seen the prices on the 1080 Ti. I want it for the ray tracing is the only reason why I'm getting it. Because I want to show you guys ray tracing on the stream, you know? The same reason why I got a lot of the ships that I have. I mean, I don't really need an A2. But dropping bombs on people on Star Citizen, that's gonna make some really good videos for you guys, you know? And some good streams. Oh, this gun doesn't seem to, I mean, if you think about all the bullets that come out of it, it's like unrealistic. Okay. I'm not hiding from the eyes of God. God sent me here to kill you. I'm gonna have fun doing it. Do you know God? If so, you won't be afraid. Oh, I should have hit the top one first. What the crap is going on, man? I gotta get out of here. Running. Gotta get out of here. Gotta get my medical bag. Holy crap. That wasn't my medical bag button. Where's my health bar? Can I get a health bar? The guy's got armor on. There's my health bar. Damn, they're getting better. Alright. See that shot? It's through the trees. Yeah, I was doing better with the sniper gun. I think I like the one shot, one kill method a lot better. A worm food. Okay, buddy. Yeah, get your coffee. 10 minutes. 10 minutes to the news. No, it's not clear. Just the camp was done. There's areas on the map. There's like this area, and she's the boss. So after you do all the missions and you kill her, then that would be a clear. I killed this guy, so this area is clear. So I still have to kill her and this guy, and then after we kill those two, then we get the main boss. And I think it unlocks another piece of the map. And then after that, I bought all of the downloadable content.
Conservatory over difficult a while back. Didn't see Eden's.
So I am going to fill up my coffee. I'm going to pull up something here for you. Got another. I'm getting songs that won't play on my playlist. I'll be going through the music too. Lots to do. Just want to take a little break before we do the news. Short one. And you guys can listen to the music and some beautiful 600i footage that I captured. Made like 4 hours. Oh, and I got like an hour and 28 minutes out of the 4 hours of really good stuff. And I've been just starting it at different spots. You put in bids for the next build? I'm not gonna build any more for myself until I think the 9700K is coming out. And then as soon as they're done with that series of chips and they make the absolute best chip that'll fit on the Z370 board that I have here, I'll pull this 8700K and then I'll put that on there. And then it'll be good. I think I'm good, man, for a while. I gotta do something for the arcade machine upstairs. But I'm gonna get my coffee. I'll be right back. I say voice over IP is dead before it starts if it doesn't have Discord integration, because people need a Star Citizen account and people won't want to leave their Discord. I mean, I don't know how this is gonna go down, but I don't want to be cut off from all my friends because I'm playing Star Citizen and they don't have Star Citizen. And I don't want to have two things open to talk. So I myself, if it doesn't support Discord, I doubt me or my org's gonna use it from what people have been saying. Exactly. But in Star Citizen, you're not gonna have screaming brats because the age of the player is much older than other games. I would have to say I'm in the middle at 52. I think that most of Star Citizen backers are between the ages of 35 and 65. And I think it's more of the older people. And that's where they're not doing it right. They're not treating it like they should for us older people, because we see right through the bullshit right away and we call them out on it. If it was a younger crowd, they could get away with a lot more, but people our age, we're just going to tell you to get fucked. Okay, so like all right. That was a yes on the 2080 Ti. You guys want to check out some benchmarks now that they're out? Hybrid results. This is what I'm interested in, because when my 2080 Ti gets here, I also ordered a water cooler for it from Alpha Cool. So my 2080 Ti is going to be water cooled also, because although it's a very powerful card, I'm going to be pushing it because I have 7 feet of screens to push. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Because normally I run with SLI. This is the first time.
We've been doing these hybrid mods on NVIDIA cards since the GTX 1080 launch, later with the 1080 Ti. We've done work with the 980 Ti hybrid action.
So, in his previous video, and his name is Steve. I don't know if you know him, Steve from Gamers Nexus. Real famous hardware guy here. He put this water cooler on this 2080 Ti. He took the 2080 Ti apart. So if you want to see that, it's on his other video. And he finally completed it. And now he's going to run it. But you don't want to see it, so we'll get into some Star Citizen news. All right, we'll check out the Daylight Gamer. I don't know if he had one. I think he did, yes. Now this is the guy that swears. Just to give everybody warning.
Greetings, citizens. Failure to oh, wait. That's not me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, citizens of all ages, welcome back to...
I messed up there. Alright. I've regained control. Sorry about that. I'm not a professional yet. I'm still learning. I am housebroken though. I haven't gone in the house in a while.
Greetings, citizens. Failure to oh, wait. That's not me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, citizens of all ages, welcome back to another Star Citizen 3.2 video? That's an anvil chair. I think that's anvil. I didn't spawn an anvil. I spawned a prospector. Anywho, try to get over that. One of the reasons I wanted to make this video is because I think people took my last video a little bit out of context, but I can see why. It was totally my fault. Yeah. So the reason I wanted to do that intro like that, I'm sure some of you might be familiar with a fellow YouTuber, Failure to Report, and I watch his videos, and I think people were getting the wrong opinion about my last video, that I was kind of venturing into the Failure to Report territory. Now, I don't want to say that necessarily negatively, because I watch Failure to Report, and although I don't 100% agree with him, I do think that he has some points, and I can kind of understand that. But the reason that I make videos, especially on Star Citizen, is because I love the game. And if you are unable to criticize what you love, then you will then allow for what could be a whole cornucopia of problems and issues.
He's right on that.
You know, I criticize because I love. It's coming from a place of, admittedly, sometimes too tough for tough love, but at the same time, I see things in the project and in the management that you don't see in other places, and it's not necessarily all good. Some of it is. A majority, not so much. And one of the reasons I really wanted to make the previous video is because, in all honesty, I'm a little bit nervous with the way planning just goes in general with Star Citizen. Now, I understand that they are making, for lack of a better term, educated guesses upon when these soft deadlines with hard deadlines are. But what makes me really, really nervous, especially in the terms of planning, is the fact that they decided to come out with the quarterly release schedule, and yet it seems they didn't even take CitizenCon into account. Now, from my understanding, because I've only been a backer for a few years, but CitizenCon has basically been a yearly thing. Like, it's happened every year since probably, 2013 or 2014. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. It might have even been sooner than that. But my point being, when they were sitting down and saying, okay, let's come out with quarterly releases, and is that all that the planning was? It was just, oh yeah, let's just do it quarterly, and you know, we'll 1 or 2 weeks beforehand, we're gonna set hard dates that, okay, if we can't have it in, then it gets pushed to the next one. And was that it? Was that the meeting? And the reason I ask that is because the third quarter patch had to be pushed forward because of CitizenCon. Now, that seems to me like the planning wasn't up to par. It wasn't as good as it could have been. And that makes me nervous. You know, with OCS, I know it's a big thing, and I think I can say with little to no ego, I might have been a little too hard in my last video. Because I know it's a big thing, and I know there's a lot riding on it, and it is major tech, and it's a major core piece. But it worries me because it seems like OCS and network bind calling just keep getting pushed back and back and back and back. And again, I know there's a lot of work that goes into it. There's a lot of things that it touches and plugs into, and you know, that plug into it. But for network bind culling, you could easily get, now again, okay, caveat, obviously I'm not a game developer, but I feel you could more easily get network bind culling in by simply just inputting range-based culling.
Beautiful
and at least have that as a tier 0, just to try to squeeze a little bit more out. You know, maybe have it be, you know, if it's over, I don't know, 1,000 kilometers or something away, the client doesn't need to keep track of it, you know, and then fine tune it for certain things like ships. You know, once they get, I don't know, 50 kilometers, then they show up on the radar or something. I don't know the exact specifics, but you know, with a couple 100 to 1,000 kilometer range-based bind culling or network-based culling, I don't know. I mean, that seems like something they could at least throw in to be like, here, we're trying, we're getting this going. Here's a little bit more performance for you, PC. That's all, folks. For you potato PC users. And I'm not trying to say that derogatorily, just as a term that we all understand. You know, and I have faith that it'll be completed eventually. It's just with the way their timelines are and the way that they do things, it makes me really nervous. Now, something else that makes a very interesting situation is, as some of you might know, I was sent the Evocati NDA, filled it out, still waiting to get into the avocados. So that puts me in a very strange predicament. Because my paperwork is in, I am not going to be able to show you guys leaks and stuff like that, because I'm pretty sure that still constitutes in relation to the paperwork that I had to put in. And that really sucks, because there's a couple of excuse me, a couple of decent leaks out there. I don't even know if I'd even be able to tell you where to go. But there's some interesting footage on some things that are out there, some new things. Again, I can't really go into it, I think, because of the NDA that I did in fact sign. And that kind of sucks. I don't know. I just wanted to kind of bring that up and say that as well. So unfortunately for this release, I'm not going to be able to show the leaks and stuff like that, because I do believe I am in fact still under the NDA. God damn, mining is so much harder now. I've got to say, I've been having so much more difficulties with mining, but I digress. I'm kind of getting off topic. But once again, I am not a game dev or a project manager. I am just a vocal backer who is, I guess, backseat developing, if you will. And I guess that's kind of what it comes down to, is that's what we're all doing because we all care so passionately. Some people just don't understand that when you're criticizing, it's coming from a place because you want to see it succeed, not fail. And that's really what I wanted to say. You know, I wouldn't have spent the crazy amount of money on all the ships that I have if I, you know, felt otherwise. Again, I've got more ships than sense at this point, but who knows? Maybe that's my downfall. I just wanted to give a quick update on some of those things and kind of give a little bit more perspective and stuff like that. So, thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, or if you want to get in on the discussion, especially about how crap mining has been recently, maybe that's just me, drop it down below in the comments section. I'm always looking to talk with y'all because you guys have some great ideas. I absolutely love the community that has built up around my channel, and I love you guys. I love all of you. I do. No homo, some homo, maybe homo, no homo, I promise. Okay, that might have been a little too far, but you know, that's just kind of how it goes. You know, no harm, no foul, no fuss. You know, I'm just kidding. I kid. I just make a little joke. I joke with you.
I want to thank everyone that's been checking in over the past couple of days. Yes, everything is fine here in North Carolina, or the parts I'm at. There's low-lying areas to the south which are hit pretty bad. Unfortunately, there were upwards of 10 hurricane-related deaths in the state, which is a terrible story, though the saddest and worst one was a tree fell on a house, a mother and a young child were killed, which is terrible. But up here in, well, I'm south of Raleigh. It's pretty high-lying areas, pretty far from the coast. Everything is fine here. I walked down to the nearest body of water next to me. It's a small creek. This was raging high. That was a good 3 or 4 feet higher than what it is now. But we're pretty far up the hill, so it wasn't an issue for us. The biggest potential problem would have been power outages and wind damage. Thankfully, we didn't get any of that because the storm actually veered south and was more towards the southern side of North Carolina and South Carolina, where there was pretty bad flooding. There still is quite a bit of flooding down there, but up here in my area, we are good, thankfully. Hurricane prep was good. We mostly got, you know, the usual bottled water, canned foods, powdered milk, protein powders, coconut milk for fats, bags of flour for carbs. We were ready for a good 3 or 4 weeks if we needed it. Thankfully, that was not the case. Also, as far as power outages go, I mean, we were prepped. We had every single phone bank, power bank charged up, ready to go. The power outage came pretty quick, but thankfully in our neighborhood it was only 8 hours, so that was easy and that was good. Wasn't too bad. I sent Ninja Girl off to get supplies. She came back with bottles of wine. And I said, we don't need wine, we need other stuff. And she said, no, because when the power goes out and you have to explain to the kids why there's no internet, you'll need the wine. And she was right, because the kids were going crazy with no internet. It's a strange age we live in, but otherwise all good here. So thank you very much for everyone that's checking in. It's the south side of North Carolina, also Wilmington. I know a couple of testies who had family down there who had to evacuate. One individual, his house was spared by just an inch. Water came up right about an inch more. It would have flooded the place, but it's saved, so thankfully everything is good there. If any of you are in the low-lying areas, report in, let us know how things are going for you. For those who have checked in with me, thank you very much. Everything is great here. We are fine. Just a bit of wind damage in some places, but nothing in this neighborhood. Otherwise, all is good. Thanks a lot for checking in. I do appreciate it.
I used to live in North Carolina, and I went through Hurricane Hugo, and it wasn't fun. Like, my car got flipped over. There was trees like all on the roads, and they had to like have special vehicles with chainsaws in front of them that cut big sections of road out to get us out of there. It was not fun. Okay, Minion Soldier, my friend. It looks like Montoya's okay, and we wish him well.
Now, before we start the show, I just have to warn you, I don't want to shock you.
Just so you know, Mitmo, I ordered a light, so when my mic's on, the light will be on, and I have to hook that up when it gets here. And it's probably going to take me 6 beers to do it.
There has been a delay in Star Citizen.
That's impossible.
Object container streaming and all the content that is dependent on it are not going to be in 3.3. They are going to be in a later patch designated 3.3.5. Release date TBD. Please allow yourself a moment to recover from the shock. Now, of course, we all at this point probably know object container streaming and of course all its dependent features are not going to be in 3.3. There has been a setback, I know. Ooh, what a surprise. But you know, there's a lot of people out there who are going to obviously express disappointment. You know, when you're doing something that hasn't been done before, it's not unexpected to run into setbacks. When you're trying to work on the planetary scale, literally, you know, you can run into some problems. You can run into some issues. And so, I mean, I am disappointed. I mean, it really is kind of the meat and potatoes of the patch. Sure, the hammerhead is cool. Sure, going down on ground and having enemies that you can shoot at, also a cool thing. But object container streaming really was something that we were all really hoping for. Even when you say, oh, well, you know, it's the dependency and Hurston, all those things require.
Does anybody need an explanation of what object container streaming is? Or at least what Twister thinks it is? Does anybody need that explained to them for things to make sense? So let me know. We'll talk about it.
Object container streaming, but it promised to improve performance across the board. And certainly, I think a lot of us who play the current client fairly regularly would express an interest in seeing that sooner rather than later. But I think the bigger disappointment, even beyond us, the backers, is probably CIG themselves. Remember, they're going into CitizenCon, and a big chunk of their upcoming patch is not going to be there. It's going to be delayed.
Acrid,
so
the moderator is here.
What was cool, what I did like, was the hammerhead.
Thank you.
We finally saw exterior shots of the hammerhead, something we have not seen for almost a year, and it looks amazing. I looked at it, and the only thing that I kind of got kind of smart-assy about when I was looking at it, I was kind of like, you know what? When they were saying, well, we had to add a little bit of a second floor, and they found the space within the existing geometry of the ship. They said they had to add a second floor for the the lunchroom, the cafeteria, whatever you want to call it. They said, you know, you got a big empty gap in the middle of the ship. You know, you can just put a ceiling and a floor in there, put a couple of doors, and there's your lunchroom. No real big changes required. So, you know, just saying.
Hey, Grizz.
But one thing did catch my ear.
It's quite slow. It's not as fast as some other ships, but it makes up for it in the fact that it can just sort of rain down as much pain as it wants to with all these guns.
So when they said it was a slow ship, I thought, oh, maybe he misspoke. You know, maybe he didn't, express it clearly.
Does this flying death machine have any weak spots?
It's slow, so
It's quite slow.
if you can stay outside the turret range, it's got problems.
Those large engines at the back, they're quite a target. So if you want to make it even slower, you can try and knock those off.
So this started to tweak me a little bit. I was just like, wait a minute, why are we describing this as a slow ship? Why are we saying this? I mean, think about going all the way back to when the Hammerhead was released, the Q&A. How will the Hammerhead speed and maneuvering compare to similar ships like the Polaris? The Hammerhead is aimed to be more nimble than the Polaris, but with ships of this type, it's all relative. So some people will say, well, no, that just means more agile, right? That's what it means. But no, nimble means agile and quick. So faster than the Polaris, right? And the Polaris is a ship that is described as blazingly fast. So I started kind of going, well, how can it be slow then? Slower than what? I mean, obviously slower than an M50, probably more or less slower than a Mercury, a Cutlass, sure. But what kind of speed are we talking about here? And it's true, it's all relative. Because if you look at something like a Hammerhead from the perspective of an M50, the Hammerhead's going to seem like a slug. But if you look at something like the Hammerhead compared to a Javelin, then the Hammerhead might seem like an M50, or maybe not, maybe closer to a Cutlass. And so I was really, in the beginning, I was having trouble kind of resolving this because I had never seen the Hammerhead as an inherently slow ship. But I think it was a question of perspective. And so I was hoping that during the Q&A that they were going to kind of go into a little bit more depth and give us a comparison point. Give me a ship that I can look at and say, okay, this is the speed that it's going to go. Perfect. And they did. They said the Hammerhead, the Starfarer. They compared it to the Starfarer. Now you might initially look at the Starfarer and go, wait, the fuel and cargo ship? I mean, I know it's got a spoiler on the back, but not exactly a speed demon. And you'd be correct. However, if you drop the hammer inside of the Starfarer, if you really press the pedal and you got a little time to spare, you will get up to 890 meters a second, which really isn't all that slow. So if you think about the ship that way, it is still a fairly quick ship, and it's probably going to be a lot quicker than a ship like the Polaris. I mean, the Polaris, we use words like blazingly fast, but once again, blazingly fast compared to what? Blazingly fast compared to an Idris? Sure. Blazingly fast compared to a Javelin? Sure, that makes sense. Whereas an M50, not so much. And I think it helps kind of solidify the mental picture of where ships like the Hammerhead and certainly the Polaris might fit in. I mean, now that we're getting the Hammerhead, it gives us an idea of where it competes, where it sits. You look at this picture, it was of course in the recent article that we made fun of yesterday a little bit, on The Hunt, or in The Hunt, where they were talking about hunting down pirates in the Hammerhead sail coming back. Both these ships are basically at full afterburner. They both do roughly the same speed, though perhaps, I mean, they didn't really give us any solid figures, so perhaps the Hammerhead will come out a little bit faster than the Caterpillar. So realistic, I mean, the pirate Caterpillar, it turns out not all that much of a pirate ship because it can't outrun, patrol ships like the Hammerhead, though, once again, it does way less, so maybe you can modify it, get a little extra speed out of it. Wouldn't be opposed to that. But it gives you, like I said, it gives you a picture. It gives you an idea of what these ships are capable of. No one really thought that these ships were going to be, weaving and dodging around asteroids like the Millennium Falcon. Of course not. But, having this solid figure, it impacts this ship. And it, of course, impacts other ships as well. Now, a while ago, back in March, we got a little bit of a hint. A possible hint that the Polaris was going into production in April. We have not heard anything since, and as we all know, sometimes ships we're told they're going into production, they don't quite make the schedule, or they have to be bumped for this, that, or the other thing. Certainly the Cutlass Blue, the Cutlass Red are very recent examples of this. So the Polaris, if you think about it, if the Hammerhead is a little bit faster, maybe let's say 750 meters a second, maybe 800, who knows, right? But if you think about it, it kind of makes sense for a ship like this, and it's not really all that bad a thing. Some people might look at it and say, well, the Polaris is supposed to be blazingly fast. It's supposed to be this really quick ship that gets in there quickly, drops its torpedoes, and then just kind of flies right past its target, picks a line and goes. And you might say, well, 800, 700 meters a second, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more, gusto. I was hoping for a little bit more speed. But think about it. Once again, it doesn't handle like a fighter, so it's going to have to take time to line up its attack. That's also something that kind of balances it out, because you can probably see it coming if you're paying attention. And so you can kind of best prepare for what angle it's going to come at you at. It has to pick a line. It has to say, here's where you are. Here's where you're going to be by the time I get there. So it has to line up an attack, and then it goes at you at that high speed. Now, if fighters are chasing it, they're going to have to run into some issues where they're trying to dodge those turrets while maintaining position on a ship like the Polaris. Now, a lot of people like to get on the forums and brag it up really hard and say, oh, I can totally get into the blind spot of this ship or that ship. Try doing it at 700 meters a second when you're slipping and sliding all over the place. It's not going to be that easy. So it kind of paints a fairly bright picture of the future of these two ships, and I'm actually very hopeful to see the Polaris very soon, fingers crossed. Now, beyond that, we also saw some other cool stuff. Now, we've talked about the cockpit views a couple of times on this channel, not all that much, but the F-8C Lightning has gotten a cockpit view upgrade. Before we've even flown it, before I even had to make a single video, they raised the pilot seat to better give the pilot a view of the action. Here's the original. Here it is now, sitting up higher, so less dashboard and non-functional buttons, more space. And of course, we also saw the Anvil Hawk, which is yet another ship, which kind of proves that you can have a canopy and a cockpit that allows you to see down, see up, see all around you, and it doesn't mean it's got to be a bubble. It can conform to the space or the shape of the ship and really enhance the design and basically give the pilot better situational awareness. This is one of these better ships that have come out recently, which I lament have not come into the game sooner. So while 3.3 and 3.5 are kind of a bummer, they're not an unexpected bummer. We knew things like this were going to happen, let's be honest, but some of the stuff that we're seeing with ships right now, I think is something to really look forward to, and at least we'll get the Hammerhead in 3.3. Anyways, that's the show for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you Monday.
All right, thank you, Minion Soldier. Put the link to his video in here. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is my settings for the damn the bank heist. I got it enabled. I got cooldown is 5 minutes. Maximum gambles at 500. The entry cooldown was at 120. Maybe I'll put that back to 120. Maybe that's what screwed it up. But I don't know why it's not going. Did it just start? Wolfbot just did something. Maybe we just activated the game just now. So obviously I had to hit the save button and it started. Did you guys see that? Or it just has a max on it, 500 bones. I mean, I'll put it however you guys want it. It's your guys' game. You tell me what you guys want. I just left it all at the default. All right. You guys play with it. I'll give everybody some more bones to test it out, and you guys tell me what you guys want changed, and I'll change it for the next stream. So everybody in here right now is gonna get a bunch of bones here in a second. As right here. That's 300 bones. That. All right. So we had Minion Soldier. Really good guy. Does good content. We're gonna go to the next one, which is the Citizen Gamers. This is the Blast Cast that we've been enjoying for about 3 months now.
Stop! Hammer time!
I think you got to put a number after it, Mitmo. Cause you got to gamble a certain amount. So you got to do like bank heist, 300, 350 or something.
Greetings and welcome to the Blastcast. I am Jars, and with me as always is the man who sometimes can be a little salty, Lightning Dragon.
Always salty forever. I am the saltiest dragon.
It's publicly known by now that Evo Kadi is in full golf swing, and we are out there doing our thing. So let's get into Around the Verse news. CIG shown off their new Waypoint travel system that not only lets you see your travel points, but also what fuel it's going to take to get to those locations. So you'll be able to know if you have the ability to reach it, or maybe if you need to plan your route a little bit more effectively. I really like this system. I think it's going to be something that's going to be very helpful for those of us flying ships without, 8 gigantic fuel tanks.
You know what else would be nice to go with this system?
A free ship?
No, the ability to actually travel between points, not having to refill your gas tanks every 25 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as they flesh the game out, and as they have more systems and things like that, I think you're going to see the fuel limits go up. But right now, with one, not even one system,
we're one next to a gas giant.
Yeah,
not even a system.
Welcome to the Boneyard.
Or a local cluster. Actually, not even a local cluster, because a local cluster is a solar system.
Yeah, and once they start expanding that out, they'll make adjustments, I have no doubt.
They're going to kind of have to, otherwise people are going to be very upset.
The F-8 Lightning continues its work, and CIG was showing off the progress. Looks like they changed the position in the cockpit just a little bit to give the pilot more visibility, because we all know that looking directly into your MFDs and nothing else can be a burden.
I could have sworn that this ship was going to be a military ship only. No one was going to be allowed to have it, and the only way you'd fly it is if you did it incredibly well in Squadron 42.
Yeah, they made a civilian variant of it, though. Plus, also, if you're a $10,000 backer, you get one as a bonus. And I think also there's another one at $25,000. I have a I have a few people on my Discord that will actually have both the $10,000 variant and I think the $25,000 variant. That's the one that's like the luxury variant with like gold trim and stuff. I'm hoping that they let me fly those out there so I can go ahead and show you those for footage, but I'm not going to have access to those. Though, honestly, it seems every day I might be getting closer to the first one. Planetary racing, or as I like to put it, planetary death racing is still being refined. And from what it sounds like they said, is that the Gravlev still might actually fly the bikes normally, but they're just disabled for races. I want that flight gone completely. And this is a common thing you see in the forums. People are like, you know, they didn't want it to fly. CIG said it wasn't going to fly, and it flies in the atmosphere. And if it's just a disabled for the race, that's a little disappointing, but hopefully the testing of that will lead them to the conclusion that it just needs to go away in general.
I'd be okay with not just pure flight, like turn on ignore gravity button, but there was I can't think of the game exactly, but if I go back to the Nintendo 64 or early Xbox, there was a game called Wipeout, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And in that you had hover bikes with weapons and things. And when you went off a huge jumpy ramp area, you had a little bit of glide power. So I wouldn't mind seeing them have like for lack of a better phrase, like a boost mode, which gives you like a kick upwards and allows you to kind of like semi-glide somewhere. Like if you need to jump over a mountain, right? Or like jump off a mountain and you get some extra air to get some more distance, like a glide. That's as far as I would take it as far as the levitation stuff goes.
No, I would agree. I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah, just the absolute just free flight, I think, is a little ridiculous. So Around the Verse and Reverse the Verse both talked a little bit about the Hammerhead, so let's just go ahead and cover the Reverse the Verse since it covered all that and more. The Hammerhead takes assets from both the Idris and the Javelin. They basically recolored and changed the textures and whatnot just a little bit to make it fit the aesthetic of the Hammerhead, but that's where it comes from.
I really like the Javelin.
I know, it's one of the ship, probably the ship
that was
want.
sweet.
I mean, it really depends, obviously, on how well you can like modify it. Because I know we did an entire episode about that where it's got these modification bays or something. So if you're allowed to do anything with them, that's going to be an amazing ship for like a CEO headquarters or something.
Oh yeah, or if you can put cargo on or something, that'd be nasty.
Oh yeah, I have my destroyer class ship here with extra cargo bays.
Yeah, that would be one that you may want to reconsider directly attacking for cargo. They added a...
I think after this video, we're going to look at my ships and see what I could possibly melt for the truck stop. If I decide I
second
want.
deck onto the Hammerhead, a kitchen, some bathrooms, living quarters kind of things, and they were able to fit it into the existing geometry with no major change to the ship's body. They described the speed and maneuverability as slightly more than the Starfarer in both of those accounts. Now, the ship was originally described as fast and agile, but they may have been comparing it to a 90-year-old with a walker, so I'm not exactly sure. But to me, I can understand maybe not having the full agility because it is a big ship. You know, nothing should turn on a dime that big. There's nothing wrong with having good forward speed. If it's an anti-fighter ship, it needs to be able to roughly, not exactly, but at least keep pace with the fighters as far as speed goes.
The original destroyers were what was it? It was anti-torpedo boat destroyers, I believe, and they were designed to be fast and have big enough guns to take out the small ships, and later their role kind of expanded and exploded in modern destroyers are like the size of World War II cruisers in some cases. Having that ship, it's kind of like that Corvette or small destroyer in World War II sense. And those ships were some of the fastest, you know, as far as of the big line ships. I mean, they're faster than most cruisers, especially if you want to go back to like World War I era when destroyers like were really first.
Thank you.
Like modern destroyers were really kind of coming out. Having that slower than any
follow
other
for
larger ship would not follow the doctrine that Star Citizen I think is trying to go with. And it would be just weird that it can't catch certain ships.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's going to be something they'll revisit when they realize that everyone's just going to like walk away from it and it's not going to be able to engage in combat. CIG stated that there also may be power issues initially, and they're looking at the weapon loadouts. Now, it's possible that to be optimal with the ship, that a couple of turrets will be better advised to have physical weapons on them. I'd put it on the top and bottom turret, if anything. The ones that stick out are too efficient and they have too much coverage to waste on ammo limitations. But to me, that seems like kind of a very narrow kind of way of fixing it. Well, how about having different options like slowing the fire rate? If power's running low, basically the weapons fire slower. And if you stop firing, they charge up the weapons, start firing normal speed. There's other ways to have creative power management instead of just forcing you to throw ammo weapons on the turrets, which, if you've ever played a game that's very difficult to aim with a turret, that's like throwing away a couple turrets, because a short amount of time you're out of bullets and that's the end of it.
You could also have it where you have priority power. So, level 1 priority power is these systems. So like life support obviously is going to be in that one. But like your tier 2 power, you can be like, all right, I want the front 2 turrets on the, level 2 power priority. And then, top and bottom, they'd be like 3. So if you start really getting low on energy, everything on that 3rd power scale basically is put on a limit. So either they don't get as much power or they just flat out don't get any power. And then if you start running out, things on 2 are going to be like intermittent, but you'll never run out of like life support or something. Even saying that, these big capital ships, unless it's like an anti-capital ship weapon, they shouldn't have limitations on their power. I mean, an Idris, right? The Idris M, was that the one with the railgun?
Yeah.
See, that makes sense to me because that's your anti-capital ship big boom gun. It's fine for that to be physical because that's your big hitter, right? You want to make sure that the big guns are a bit more limited. You can't just be like, I'm just going to fire this PPC 16 times in a row. Hey, we win. And there's not really any skill involved in that. It's just, lots of, firepower. But if you're on a ship where the railguns and PPCs or whatever are kind of the standard weapon, and they're more like regular size 5 turrets on like one of the larger regular ships, it would make sense that you'd have even bigger guns that are more limited ammunition or have a huge energy cost.
Yeah, I totally understand. And it's just saying that there's alternate ways to approach this that don't require you to strip out your weapons. Now, they did say that in the future.
Are we having issues with the skipping, or is it just him, guys? My stream skipping?
Future, it is going to be possible, or should be anyway, to automate a couple of the turrets. And the computer will never support full automation of all the turrets. So my thinking on that is if you have 2 weapons that they want you to swap out. Now, once again, I say the top and the bottom turret because of the fact that those are going to be probably the least useful. What I would do is I would swap out the weaponry on the bottom of the top turret to AMS systems and basically then automate. You could have a fully automated anti-missile system that's dealing with torpedoes or anything coming in that's going to be a real tangible threat to your ship, and turn those offensive weapons into very effective defensive weapons. Now, as soon as the NDA is passed, I will do a video showing off the ship. It is one of my ships in the fleet. Stay tuned for that, and I'll do a walkthrough.
That sounds like it'd be fun.
So let's jump into calling all dead. There's really only one question this week that I felt had any real substance. Someone had asked basically, will mining on foot with tools be implemented in the game? Now, they stated they are looking into it. Salvaging, of course, is the mechanic that comes out next. Now, once they finish with that, or at least get it to a workable state, they'll look at mining mechanics once again. One of the things that we're thinking about with FPS mining mechanics is that on large asteroids, you could go out there and plant devices on an asteroid that may make it easier to mine, or certain minerals in
You guys see that down the
only
hallway?
be harvestable by hand.
I see
because
it.
the mineral is too fragile or whatnot, that if a large mining device or a large mining ship comes in and
saw
starts hitting the
something.
rock, it will destroy those
Something
minerals,
weird.
kind of creating this interesting little dynamic where maybe you want to have the little guys going out
Go
there
back and
scouting it
look, dude.
first.
There
For
was
those
something weird
with
in that
FPS
hallway.
mining mechanics is that on large asteroids, you can go out there and plant devices on an asteroid that may make it easier to mine, or certain minerals in asteroids will only be harvestable by hand. Because the mineral is too fragile or whatnot, that if a large mining device or a large mining ship comes in and starts hitting the rock, it will destroy those minerals, kind of creating this interesting little dynamic where maybe you want to have the little guys going out there scouting it first for those special metals or minerals or whatever, gather them up, and then have the big one crunch it down.
You want to know the only problem with that? Most games, you have a speed versus efficiency. Either you are very fast, but you destroy a lot of materials, or you are slower, but you get more materials. And this is pretty consistent with a lot of games that have similar mechanics with gather resources. Them saying, oh, well, for example, my Orion can't harvest platinum. I say bullshit on that, because I'm sorry, I'm still going to be able to mine it. It's a mining ship. I would understand if it's like, well, let's say there's 10,000 platinum in this thing. Well, you're only going to get maybe 5 because it's not really designed for that. If you want to do specific harvesting, you'd either have to tweak it through
I don't
some
know.
type
What
of,
can I do with
I was gonna
5
say
platinum?
mini game, but no, not a mini game.
5
Either like an
platinum
upgrade
doesn't seem like
system
much.
or like a calibration feature where you have to calibrate it towards a certain mineral, so you get more of that but less of other things. I'd rather them do that than saying, oh,
It all
you can
depends
only
on what you
harvest
do with
platinum by
it.
going out there with a hand tool and going tink, 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 tink.
What do you
Because that's
mean?
stupid, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can understand that. We'll have to see how it gets implemented, though. I'm going to hold my judgment on that until I see what actually happens. Now, as a quick comment, there's been some threads popping up related to EVE Online, and this constant argument that the PvP zones should be the ones with the best materials and the best items and whatnot. I've never liked that concept. I think frankly, it's crap. Why is this mineral only out there and not in the inner system? Now, someone could say it's been played out. My argument is that high-sec systems should have less minerals or harder to find minerals because it's been played out. And that when you trade or sell things that you've harvested, you have to pay a tax. Let's say 30%, just as a number. Now, if you go into the unpatrolled or the more wild regions of space, obviously it hasn't been played out as much, so you're going to find a more vast amount of minerals or asteroid fields out there.
Or
and
easier to scan them down.
Right, and there's no taxes because you're basically in the wildlands, so to speak. So because of that, you have a faster and higher risk turnaround where you don't have to pay taxes because you're not also part of those taxes is going to be for paying for the UEE patrols that are out in the safer sectors of space. So once you enter into the wild space, there's no need to pay those taxes. So I think if you balance it off financially, creating a risk and reward through finances and not through materials, you can come up with a very simple to implement and very viable way for everyone to make their choice. But you can still find this mineral here or here, depending. It doesn't really matter where you go.
That sounds a lot like what I was saying earlier. Something that's fast, but less efficient, or well, actually, maybe it's similar.
It's similar.
It's similar because
it's safe but less efficient, or not safe and more efficient but also more risky.
It's kind of like reverse roles, but the same concept.
And later this week, in honor of the upcoming Rebel Galaxy Outlaw, I'm going to play the original Rebel Galaxy for the first time. I actually picked this game up on a Steam sale for about 75% off a while ago, just never got around to playing it. So I plan to do a couple of initial reaction videos, and at least a follow-up summary of the game, kind of a review. Also later this week, LD and I continue our long and continual self-immolation as we march forward in Arma Apex, enjoying a steady diet of bullets and pain.
My favorite.
Delicious. All right, everyone. Well, that's about it for this week's
Crisis.
Last Cast. As always, leave your comments down below. I gotta go ahead and get some testing done.
Bye-bye, everybody. Testing.
Later.
All right, the Citizen Gamers in another Blastcast. Get their link. I do like these guys. There's some real serious flight sim guys, those people. If you go over to their forums and start discussing stuff, you'll find it real informative. You'll get more information than what you need. Okay, next up we have, if I can find it in my stream deck, Super Mac Brothers. The leaks. These are the leaks I was promising you about. And then Noob will give us a breakdown of the leaks too later.
Hello, Rainier aka Mac, and welcome. So, there has been some leaked patch notes for Alpha 3.3. This is the first build, just the 3.3 build, not the 3.3.5 object container streaming build. Before I get started, if you are not wanting to know what is coming, although we do kind of already know, so it's not really any spoilers, but if you don't want to hear it, then I suggest not watching and waiting until you get your own patch notes. But this is currently what they want from the Eva Cotti. The testing focus is the new default ship loadouts, changes to ship cannons, power management, overpower and overclocking ship systems and components. For the universe, they have added rest stop location, which is CIUL2. Sounds like just the one of them, as they do say it's missing many interior elements and landing pad functionalities. They have actually removed Cryastro and added refuel, repair and rearm functionality to all the station landing pads, so Port Olisar, Levski, Grimhex and the new rest stop. They have added quantum route planning. It basically automatically plots multiple quantum point routes around obstacles. It is awaiting various UI though. They've updated planetary body locations and points of interest also, so it should feel a little different when we do get in there. For the UI, they've got some item previews on shop kiosks, the personal manager app and vehicle manager app on your Mobiglass as well. Some changes to mining. They have changed the mining power graph to reflect power transfer per time. Added a shaking effect to indicate when you're in the optimal range. The overcharge and danger bar now fills faster the greater danger you are in. Keeping the extraction bead in the same location extracts quicker over time. Instability lowers while mining when holding the laser in the same point, so this is not moving it too much and keeping it in the same location. It has benefits. When mineable rocks fracture, their constitution is actually shared unevenly between them, so instead of each little fractured rock containing the same amount of percentage of mineral, they are shared between the total amount of the rock, and depending on which ones have more in will determine which ones get burst. Fractured rocks also show up on the radar when they're outside the highlighted range. This will help with asteroid mining if you get it too far, they sort of fracture too far away, so if you can't see them in front of you, they'll show up on your radar, which is handy. And they've also faded the mining UI to allow for better visibility. On missions, they've updated the delivery mission to include the new delivery locker. For FPS and animations, they've added motion warping to allow sliding during the vaulting mechanic, depending on the object and destination. They've added the Castak Arms Kana. This is available at Live Fire and Scutters. They've polished the stair animation, which is nice. Replaced Levski elevators with the new revamped system, so we should no longer be trapped in Levski. Hopefully this works well. They've polished the pickup and drop-off deliveries to outposts. They've updated Security Post Korea with new props and geometry, so hopefully that feels a little different. They've also updated the pistol stock and shoulder inspect poses for more movement and control. They've added a blue light spinning animation for the F-55. That's that really powerful heavy machine gun. Players can also now inspect a weapon and enter the interact mode while doing so. So every weapon, I believe, we'll be able to have a look and rotate around and have a look at. If by interact mode they mean being able to attach sights and scopes and attachments to the weapons, that would be very, very nice. Whether that's coming in 3.3 and they've just added the mode to get into that, I don't know. They've improved weapon recoil. They've sped up the animation speed of the lean mechanic. They've made tweaks to the level of protection provided by personal armor. That'll be interesting. They've updated numerous basic locomotion animations. That's nice as well because it is still a little jerky, a bit weird. And they've also smoothed the FPS movements and sway in and out of aiming down sights. So onto ships and vehicles. The coolers and quantum drives now use and perform with power and can be overclocked. The turret gyro stabilization can now be toggled via an interaction node. I assume this is actually on the panel of the turret. The Dominance ship weapons, sizes 1 to 3 are available. Dominance is a scattergun which fires more pellets as they build up heat. And the Attrition sizes 1 to 6 laser repeaters also deal more damage at higher temperatures. These are available at Dumpers Depot and Grimhex, so I assume the balance with these is getting them to a decent temperature and then maintaining them at those temperatures without overheating them or losing that temperature and the damage being lesser. They've done a complete rework to the Mustang series, so hopefully that's in. They've changed and reallocated support screen distribution on the Constellation series. They've suppressed collision warnings in hover mode to stop the excessive audio spam, which is going to be a nice benefit, that is. They've removed the auto-aim from turrets, which again is very nice. They've also redone the default loadout for nearly all the ships. They've increased the damage of ship cannons, lowered their fire rate, increased their heat generation, and swapped many of them to auto cannons that fire automatically. Mass drivers and scatterguns have remained semi-automatic though. They've updated the heat and power MFDs. They've removed some of the scratches on the cockpit canopy interior of the Terrapin. I didn't notice myself, but it must be quite obstructive. They've refactored the item overheat behavior and overheat warning system. They've added landing gear compression to the 85X. They've added a scroll bar to MFDs, which is wonderful, contacts that you have. And they've also increased the afterburner velocity of the Hurricane. Now, there is a big list of bug fixes. I will link this leaked information in the description below should you want to check it out for yourself. I am very excited to see this moving into Eva Cotti. Obviously, there are a lot of features there that are not in the build. This is the first Eva Cotti test build, so I'm sure as time goes on between now and the 10th of October, they will add more and more of what is to come as it comes online and gets finished and moved into polishing so that they can start testing it with Eva Cotti. Fingers crossed we still get everything. It's looking promising. But remember, this is just 3.3. We do not know the patch notes for 3.3.5. That hasn't been released yet by the sounds of things. Anyway, if you like this video, do give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate the subscribers. Do come and follow me over on Twitch. We will be discussing this quite a bit over the next week until we get it in Wave 1 and test it ourselves. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.
All right, thank you, Super Mac Brother. Sorry about stepping over his video while I was testing buttons, seeing what worked, what didn't work.
I am so excited for Star Citizen patch 3.3. Just like my sci-fi.
So, up next, we have Board Gamer.
Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen with a summary of Calling All Devs Mr. Steelio data and a little bit of info on Star Citizen Alpha 3.3 as it has now gone out to the Evocati. So, Evocati 3.3 stuff. Star Citizen Alpha 3.3 has gone out to the Evocati. These are early NDA, non-disclosure agreement testers. They are busy testing various bits of the content coming with the live build. The build is under NDA for me, so I can't talk about or share specifics of the actual build, but it will be going out to first wave PTU release once it's been thoroughly tested and the major bugs have been hammered out. So typically with the ETF or Evocati test flight patches, they get part of a build and testing focus is like on specific bugs and gameplay. Then they have more of the patch features sort of added daily, and it's not uncommon to have 2 builds in a single day to download and test. If you can't live without knowing the leaks and what might be in those patches, then I will link Noobifier's video down below. He's not an Evocati member, so he can talk about any leaks or whatever that appear on Reddit from the patch. But take everything that you see leak-wise with a pinch of salt, as any leaks that you might read about might not actually be accurate or might not be in context with other info the Evocati may be privileged to or receive. So let's have a quick look at the Calling All Devs sort of summary. Lots of interesting information about mechanics for the future. Mining on foot. So they are looking into mining by hand in FPS and on foot, and other gameplay that might be associated with mining with the Prospector and the Orion and surveying and that sort of stuff, but done in first-person shootery on foot mode.
You know, mining
they are
ain't all
currently
that
working on
fun.
mining rocks and asteroids with the Prospector, and then they're going to move on to the salvaging mechanics, but after that, they're going to look at mining again, and then tweak mining, update it, and potentially add some more features to it. So there is a couple of things they may add to mining on the FPS side, on foot side, aiding mining with items. So this could be putting on a device that lowers a rock's resistance or helps it mine faster when you're back in your Prospector, but you have to EVA out of your ship to do that, to put the device on or to find a particular area, maybe put like a small charge on the rock in a particular place so that it breaks apart more easily, stuff like that. They're also looking at actual FPS mining, so ways players might be able to collect and mine with tools on foot. So you might be able to like pickaxe or laser out a little bit using a welding tool or something. This could take the form of deposits, having a small amount of a particular super rare resource that you'd get better yield from or only get yield from if you do some of the work by hand. Data hacking. So hacking may allow you to steal various info from ships like mapping and location data. This data will be transferable so other players can share it and use it. There will be protections from hacking too, or at least ways to slow it down. And
But Grizz, if you have a prospector and you get assaulted like that, you're in Discord with me, and from the moment it started happening, we're on our way. And then when we get there, we just annihilate them. And then we tell them that Grizz is under our protection. And we'd really appreciate it if you didn't waste our time like this anymore. And that's how that would go down.
Counter it. The example they give for this actually is if a miner is out of his ship EVAing, doing some work on a rock, a ship might stealth in and hack their ship while they are unaware, stealing their mapping data and locations of some of their mineable asteroids that they've discovered. And then that data is sellable to other players, NPCs, put on like a public database, things like that. But it is tangible data. It is data that you can act upon. You go, this gives me actual mapping information. The 350R, so the 350 and 300 series rework, they're only slightly larger than they were previously. So the 350R, that racing variant, will still be the fastest, it looks like, racing ship in SCM and Afterburner mode anyway. There is more room to fit components now with that rework. There's a bed still, places to put mission containers so that you can do those fetch quests and that sort of stuff. Overall, it has not changed much from its original role. It's larger and less agile than dedicated racers, but is still the fastest, it seems. The Lynx rover, so this is scheduled at the moment for mid-2019. This may change in the future, but there's no real other data about the Lynx rover at the moment. Calling all devs stuff. So in that Calling all devs, Jared Discolando talks a little bit about how the questions are chosen. So the official CIG show, where a large amount of info comes from each week, is Calling all devs, and it picks its questions that it poses to devs to get answers from via a community thread. So questions go into this community thread from people like me or you or whatever, and then are upvoted by the rest of the community, and then they choose the highest voted questions to try and get answers from appropriate devs. This means that sometimes Disco, who runs the show, will be pursuing a question for a while to try and get an appropriate answer for it. Sometimes there's not an answer for it yet. Sometimes there's not a dev free to give the best possible answer. So this will be people that know particularly more about particular design documents, or that have a purview of a particular mechanic, or whatever the question might be about. They won't ignore an upvoted question. It might just take a while to answer it. Sometimes Calling all devs is an inappropriate medium for an answer as well. They might be saving something for a presentation or around the verse or a mini featurette or whatever. I still would say, though, with those questions, make sure you check out the Calling all devs thread. It's a new one every month. I will chuck it down below so you can see this month's one. Upvote questions that you like, pose questions that you like. I think it's a great thing to do. Actually, conversely, a lot of the time, some of these questions have been answered previously. As another reason that they might not get answered. They have been answered previously in like a 10 for the Chairman or on an ATV or somewhere else. So please bear that in mind as well. Have a search for information potentially before you pose a question or wonder why your question wasn't answered. With that in mind as well.
I submitted a question and I didn't get any reply whatsoever. And the question was, what do women think? They didn't answer me.
Well, to help me produce content for my stream and all that sort of stuff, tell me what questions you want answered about Star Citizen. Because what I want to start doing is poking sort of like devs myself, trying to find answers for things that are like FAQ'd. So if a lot of people ask a similar question, I'll try and find an answer for it, and I can build that into shows, I can build that into my news and that sort of stuff as well. So if you've got questions about Star Citizen or want to know stuff, tell me down below in the comments. Woo! Today's video is brought to you by F-Secure Total, premium cybersecurity for you and your devices. It includes safe
Is there a fast forward like skip button on
you
YouTube?
from ransomware viruses and while
Like
browsing the
10
web.
seconds
Freedom VPN
button.
giving you net privacy and anonymous even securely and secure total internet to get for September. It's a Saber Raven, a game package, and a CitizenCon digital goodies pack. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and comment on any of my videos during the month. Thanks for watching, guys. I look forward to your comments.
Okay, you guys heard that. You guys know the drill. Oh, I get the link.
Hello and welcome to...
Wish he'd put like a little pause in the beginning of his video. Maybe if I asked him, he would do that. I wonder. But he probably hates us. But we do link his thing, and we tell you guys to go over there and subscribe and like his videos and leave a comment for each one of his videos for the month. And you get chances to win good prizes. Okay. Now, the breakdown, I believe. I did not watch it. I save all the videos for you guys. I don't watch these ahead of time. But this was tempting. Well, the other guys talked about the leaks, but he talked about the leaks. He sent me a message. We got 2 of them.
Hello YouTubers, this is the Noobifier. The Evocati patch notes were leaked to Reddit, as usual, but because I'm not under any NDA, as usual, here they are in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. CIG, if you have an issue with this video, please contact me. Let's begin. Alpha patch 3.3.0 has been released to PTU as 933064.
Watch it again.
The testing patch doesn't currently include all 3.3 features, and the testers are being asked to focus on some of the more default loadouts, new ship weapons, specifically the cannons and power management systems to include overpower and overclocking. There's mention of a mouse sensitivity slider for general and aiming down sights, which will be a welcomed addition. L2 is a rest stop being tested with a repair, refuel, and rearm system. These features have been added to Port Olisar, Grimhex, and Levski. Cryastor was removed because the truck stops serve that purpose. We'll now need to actively call up a support order screen once landed before seeing the options. Quantum route planning is being tested. Coolers now have a power draw and can be overclocked. Quantum spool time will vary based on how well it's powered. Items can be individually customized for power level and overclock. Turret gyros can be now toggled. The new weapon series is being tested. The Dominant series is available in size 1 through 3, which is a higher quality scattergun with more heat but more pellets. The Attrition is available in sizes 1 through 6, which are a higher damage laser repeater due to a higher rate of fire. While on foot, if you vault over a very wide object, you'll slide, and the Kazakh Karma assault rifle is available. There's a huge laundry list of bug fixes. For brevity, I'm not going to be covering all 75 of them, but the full leak is linked in the description if you're interested in that minutia. There's one that stands out which I will mention. The watermelons are back in Echo 11. Based on the ship list, they're not testing the Hammerhead, Cyclone, or Phoenix yet. Some animations were corrected so that your player's hand and foot positions will line up better. The mining UI was optimized with a visual shake to help you find that optimal range. Overcharge will fill quicker to let you know when you're in trouble. You'll be able to control instability by being more precise and steady with the beam. The frequency of very high value ore has been reduced. When link jumps are made, everyone is going to see who initiated the jump. The elevators at Levski are no longer a teleporter. Security port Korea got a polished pass. Delivery missions have a delivery locker, which I'm guessing will replace the square on the desk or floor. FPS got some animation updates and a balance pass. The UI has lost F11 and right alt menu functions. The Mustang update is ready. The proximity warnings have been suppressed to prevent a constant audible alarm when hovering. There are new default loadouts for practically all flight-ready ships. The Terrapin Canopy has fewer scratches. The X-85 has a soft landing gear, and the Hurricane has a higher afterburner speed. There you go. Please post your questions or comments to me below. Stay tuned for more and be sure to enter this month's contest. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.
Excellent. All right. Link to this one. Yeah, there's a link to Noob's video.
Hello.
This might be the video I want, but it was too.
Hello YouTubers, this is the Noobifier. Calling All Devs is the Monday feature where your questions are answered by the developer most qualified to take it. Here's what you need to know in 57 seconds. We have mining on moons, and soon we'll have mining in space. Yes, there are plans to do hand prospecting with either hand tool or your hand weapon. Very resistant rocks might have an extra gadget in the future that would create a field that would make the ore easier to crack, as it were. There's also a possible scenario where the ship-mounted laser would destroy the small valuable, making it necessary to get out and do it by hand. Salvage is planned for early.
Notice he's got his Twister t-shirt on right there. Cool.
2019. Data theft will be interception, but hacking is strongly desired. Don't expect that anytime soon because there are many mechanics that are needed first. After the rework, the 350R isn't much bigger, so its flight should behave normal. The interior of the 300 series is now much larger, allowing for components and a proper bunk rather than that fold-out bed. The Lynx rover is still a thing, but it's been shuffled around. The estimate is mid-2019. Jared then went into detail about how
I'm getting the Lynx rover with my Phoenix.
questions are chosen, and I recommend going to watch the tail end of Calling All Devs if you're curious. There you go, fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.
Excellent. So, here we go.
Hello YouTubers, this is...
This one. All right. The news is completed. Now, I want to open up my account. I want to talk about my ships. The first thing I want you guys to think about while I'm pulling all this crap up is, what do you think about the truck stop? What price range is that going to be? Is that going to be a $15,000, $800, $500 ship? What do you think that truck stop's going to go for? Hopefully I'm still logged into the site because I hate having to go to my email. I'm not. Logging in. You guys entertain. All right. Can you hear me over the music? Just turn it down just a little bit, and then be all right. All right. So this is my account. Nobody put in what you think the price of a truck stop's going to be. Nobody's thought about it. So what I have, I got the Apollo Medvac. Gotta be an easier way to do this. Alright, so we got the Saber Raven. Then we got these two packages. Got Reclaimer, the Merchantman, the Polaris, the Carrot, and the Eclipse. So far, none of that I want to touch. None of that is going to get melted. Then we got Super Hornet, Saber, Gemini, Vanguard, Idris, Orion, Prowler, and the whole E. You think about it. No, I don't want to get rid of any of those because I need this. That's my fighter. This is my stealth fighter. This is my long distance. Oh my god, Grizz is getting attacked in another system and I gotta make 5 jumps to get their ship. That I need for gas for all my ships. Well, it will subsidize it. There's no way one's gonna handle the job of filling up all my ships, but no, can't melt any of that. So on the standalone ships, Medvac, I gotta have that because when I get the Grizz, if they kill them or they got them hurt, I gotta fix them. Gotta have my bike. The Vulcan. The Vulcan, I like this gameplay. I mean, I like the support, but I might melt the Vulcan. What do you guys think? Would that be one of the ships that I would melt for the truck stop? Or is the Vulcan too valuable? And then we got the Cutlass. Gotta have that. That's like my favorite starting ship. Hull D. Gotta have something to haul stuff with because my Hull E, shit, man. My Hull E is too big to be a daily driver. But with a big org like mine, I'm hoping that my Hull D can be a daily driver. I just hope people get the message after like the 4th or 5th time not to mess with me. And then we got the 600i. That's my house, man. I'm gonna live on that ship. Love that ship. Hammerhead, can't give that up. Man, there's ships missing here. Pioneer, gotta have my Pioneer. Gotta build my base. And my second bike. I need them both though. I have, but there's something missing. Something's not working right. If I go to all, maybe I'll see it. There's like a whole pack. Here it is. The War Bomb package. Oh, I don't need this because I already have the Vanguard. So the Vulcan and this Vanguard I can melt. And then I got my Connie, my A2, my Blade, Cruiser. So I'm still gonna need, I gotta save up like $800 before the truck stop comes up in case it's something that I decide I want. Yeah, I already got the Eclipse, so I don't need it. I'd rather have the Eclipse than the Harbinger any day. Okay, and the next thing we want to talk about is the website project I've been working on. So this is mine. Guess I can do a better job maybe making it in here. Oh, wait a minute, I can just go on my other view. What am I talking about? What am I doing? Got buttons and I know how to use them. Alright, so this is my website. I'm redoing this one. But I did Oxford's. And that's the one I want to talk about. Because I'm sure he's going to want to hear from us what we want to do here. Well, I had a basic idea. You know, he's got his subscriptions here. And this thing's got the ability to make clans. So when we sign up to his website, we can form like teams for something. Like maybe that some type of race game or something like that, and we could have like brackets in here. Maybe Rocket League. Maybe we could do like a Rocket League Panda thing, and this could keep track of all the Rocket League. I don't know. We need to come up with something that everybody can do if we want to do this. If not, we're just going to get rid of this. And then it's news, habitat, and we're going to have a forum. But I don't know if he's going to want this. But I could take the forum and we just won't use this. And when you click that button, Discord would pop up here. Would you guys like that instead? Would you like a real forum? Or would you just want like Discord to pop up here, like a link to Discord? Alright, Mitmo. So I'm thinking maybe Discord. Because we all use Discord and it's like a forum anyway, so having a forum these days I think is out of date. Later, Ruckus. Probably gonna see what time is it. Yeah, probably gonna go to bed here in just a little bit. So the Spectrum forum. Okay, so we have the Red Panda's got a Spectrum forum. Yes, we could do that. I don't know what I was thinking about there. Yeah, let's see, Spectrum. Alright. So, because my organization doesn't allow me to be affiliated with anybody else, I guess, wait a minute. I guess I just typed Red Panda here and it would come up. Something's wrong. You tried turning it off? What the hell are you talking about? There's something wrong with Spectrum. Will you guys give me the link to the Red Panda Spectrum? While I try to get out of this, I guess I can refresh the page. Yeah, hook me up with the link to the Red Panda Spectrum, and I'll try to make a link. I won't erase what we have there, and I'll add it to a block, and that way he can pick and choose what he wants, but I'll have it set up there for him. Yeah, I can't get in there. I don't know why. Private message. There's nothing really I can do. But yeah, we can do that. I noticed he changed the front page today. This. Huh. Well, that was working just a second ago. I must have deleted some. I have to check.
If I...
This is still working.
Oh, that's good. We've got a lot of stone bricks over here. If I do...
I like this guy. He's in Thailand. Alright. Let's see. What can I do real quick? Want to do one more thing before I go to bed. Well, I was already playing it, so I'll do one more Far Cry mission. So I'm turning on Far Cry right now. So one Far Cry mission, and then Twister goes to bed. Is the default permissions too stiff? I think Panda, he stiffens his up more than the default, so I figured mine would be better if I just left it, because everybody was complaining about his being hard. And I know his is hard to the point where I just stopped gambling. It was kept losing my ass. What's this cursor here? Don't make sense. Well, I got 2 weeks off for Christmas, and I would like to have all this crap figured out, and I'd like to do some giveaways and build up some more subscribers and be a little bit more successful from Christmas on up. I mean, I've been busting my butt building all this equipment and building this studio up.
Word around here is Rachel Jessup turned that conservatory over to the cult a while back.
Alright, we just liberated these people.
Maybe she just didn't care.
So normally I go around and loot.
That's where the cult figured out how to turn all those flowers into the bliss. The angels, the judges, the mist, they all started in that miserable place. Thank God you shut it down, Rook.
You go in here and you get all messed up. I got like stars. Okay. I don't know what all these. Let me go check the journal. What's all these yellow things all over? Sin of the fathers. Well, I'm supposed to burn all these. Okay. Burn the fields. A rocket launcher? What the hell am I gonna burn them with? Alright, we gotta think. I gotta burn them. All I got is guns. Oh, wait a minute. I think I got Molotov cocktails, but I don't know how to use them. Maybe it's the center mouse button. Oh, that's grenades. Well, these are components for making. There we go. That's what we need. That's a grenade. I selected the Molotov cocktail. Okay. I click on it. Now what else do I gotta do besides click on it? Double click it? Oh, I see ya. Well, that's just not right, dude. Things aren't working out here. Why can't I use the Molotov cocktail? Maybe you gotta drag it somewhere. Come on. I'll get to them sooner or later, the Molotov cocktails. And try the rocket launcher. Dude, that would have set it on fire in real life, a rocket launcher. I know it's gotta be the Molotov cocktails. No? Throw everything in there. Come on. Burn. Still not burned. Flip throwable. By the mouse wheel by holding Q. I believe I did all that like a million times. Oh, gotta go here. Alright. Have a good dinner. Dude, I threw that Molotov cocktail in there. Alright. Uh-oh, that's not it. Oh, okay. I'm getting it. I see what's going on. I'm selecting it every time. And it's still there. Maybe I gotta hit button number 6. Maybe that's the whole deal. Maybe it's the actual number 6. No. I'm gonna have to give up here. Something's wrong with that. I mean, I walked up, I read the instructions. Where's my instructions? We all read them. Doing it right, as far as I know. I mean, you hold Q down. I got it selected. You press down the middle wheel. I'm pressing down the middle wheel. Then what's this screen for? Oh, I don't have any. Oh no. I'm gonna go fly around in my helicopter. Thought I had it. This field of weeds. I wanna go blow something up. Let's see what we got. These are usually good missions, but they take a while. We'll do this. Got guns on this thing too. Oh man. It's trucks. Come on. Something somewhere. Not a plane, so I can't pick my nose up. If they stay above me, I can't see them. I gotta go up the old-fashioned way. Or maybe I should just get out of here. That's something I'm supposed to blow up right there. Come on to Papa. Oh, how did I miss? I think something's wrong with the game, guys. What do you think? I think the game's broken there. Oh, that was kind of cool. Most broken game ever. What's up with that? I've been taking game developing lessons from Star Citizen. Dude, you are so dead. Like an hour ago. That's a friendly guy. Oh, what's that? That guy here. Where's my marker at? Where's I flying to? Right here. Get me out of here. Oh. Dude, they messed up my mullet. Alright guys, as always, thank you for coming. Oh wait a minute, they started me out in a helicopter. I don't have to walk around. I'm gonna go back over there. I'm supposed to go to bed, but I don't want to. Can't wait till all my little projects are done and I can just come home from work and stream. which should be around Christmas time, and Panda's gonna start 2 hours earlier, so our time is gonna be synced up, and I'll be playing with him. And I'll try to twist his arm and get him to play something besides Warframe until I go to bed. And then he can play all the Warframe he wants. Not that Warframe's a bad game, but not every night. I got Battlefield 5 coming, and we'll have the 2080 Ti, so we'll be able to do it with ray tracing. So I don't know what shot me before, but there are some kind of like boats that they were talking about, gunboats. I don't see any. Something messed us up, so I'm gonna go really low to the ground, and I'm gonna go in there like a boss, really low to the ground. This is how I do it in real life too, way down low. Oh, that's a wire.
It's natural to try and find meaning in our lives. Try to make sense, find order. Can't. Because life doesn't come from order. Life comes from chaos. Life is pain and loss and tragedy. We are born into a world that feeds on our suffering.
Go make a bunch of noise and get back to the helicopter and blow them up. One, two. You do it really quick. I'm smarter than you fuckers. Come on out here. What do you think? It's kind of fun. Oh, what is that? Something's up in the air? Trucks or something? Just make some passes. I can get one in the window, it'll kill him for the percussion. Oh, I missed that one that was on the side. Remember the movie Blue Thunder, anybody? That was funny as shit. Oh, it was my turn to die. Alright guys, I am going to bed. We gotta find somebody to host. Get out of this game. I'll do better next time. I promise. Need to get my stuff together here. My next step is going to be to pick up Sundays. I'll be doing Tuesdays and Sundays soon. And then get used to that. And then hopefully do more. So, who are we going to host? Very important who we host. So I was in the Star Citizen channel. Times of Chaos is not here. That's a radio station. I don't know what this guy's been doing. No, I don't. See.
Probably look at that. Thought it was Madonna or something, but no, it's not. It's definitely some kind of remix.
I don't know. I don't know who he is, but maybe.
All right. Server's still loading.
There's Talon.
Whatchamacallit Concrete.
This guy's more fun.
Right up there. Now,
this guy is fun.
Because of the way that thing
we'll do Talon.
Going to be yanking them out from there.
How long I am coming to raid you, my friend.
I want to.
We're gonna raid him.
Okay, so what that's going to ensure that this is like a
tell him
a
Twister
load balancer,
sent you.
but a single
I'm gonna go in there with you guys because I like them.
What happens is
he's in Thailand,
see,
so
look
he's
what's
all
happening here.
wide awake and all that good stuff.
Okay, so you see what this is, because the thing is pulling into the box from one side. This will still allow the thing to go on.
Guys.
It won't cause
Thank you.
a whole backup on one side.
Next week, same time, same place.
Isn't that cool? Alright, so we've got plenty of concrete and hazard concrete going up.
It says it's trying to raid him, but it hasn't raided him yet. I wonder if I
so
spelled
it's going to fill
it
up these
wrong.
boxes fully. I mean,
For what?
and you can kind of see the stuff is already been taken because there
Let's
is
try
a
it
part
again.
that does require concrete.
Maybe I shouldn't have put the @ symbol in front of it.
Oh, and look at it, that's kind of pretty good. Oh, let's see that. Oh, so you see it's starting to... Yeah, it's starting to concrete this space.
Oh no. Doing something wrong here?
Doesn't really need it, but...
I'm doing it in my Twitch program,
Yeah, what
but
the
maybe
hell?
I gotta do it in the actual website.
We need it, but...
I'm doing it in my Twitch program,
what
but
the
maybe
hell
I gotta
with
do it.
the Oil
Let's see.
request anymore.
Right here.
So you can kind of see what's happening. Is it's not these oil things are all running, but they're not able to fill up this whole thing.
There we go. Yeah, you gotta do it from your Twitch page. Now I know.
So it's kind of this is kind of
night.
reaching the limit of what it can do. It's still doing it, but it's definitely reaching its limit. But there we go. It is. Hey, Twister. I like that. That's like a Twister wolf. That's nice. The reverse pentagram. Hey, kitty. What you doing? So early. I've got my kitty saying, is it dinner time yet? How about now? 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 Well. Oh, so these guys are all working. That's creating a lot of